Hey everyone. So you've got the SPM Speaking Test coming up, right? Well, you're in exactly the right place. We're about to break down a super simple but really powerful guide that's going to help you score high and, maybe more importantly, walk in there with a ton of confidence. Let's just dive right in.
Okay, let's be real for a second. Feeling a little nervous about this test? Yeah, that is completely normal. I mean, who wouldn't be? A lot of students get really hung up on how to structure their answers, right there in the moment. But here's the secret. Confidence isn't just about how good your English is. It's about having a solid strategy. And that is exactly what we're handing you today.
So, what's the plan? We're focusing on a clear, simple game plan. You're going to walk away with easy-to-remember strategies for Part 2 and Part 3. And yeah, we're definitely going to tackle those tricky questions. You know the ones, the HOTS questions. We've got a plan for those too.
All right, here's a quick look at our roadmap. We'll start with a blueprint for Part 2, then we'll jump into how to master the discussion in Part 3. After that, it's all about those HOTS questions, and we'll wrap it all up with a solid game plan for your big day. Let's do this.
Okay, first up, acing Part 2, the blueprint. This is all about structuring your 1-minute individual talk. So this is your solo moment, right? You get about a minute to talk on a topic. Now the key here isn't to just ramble on to fill the time. Nope. It's all about having a solid structure. And the best part? The question card literally gives you the structure. It's like a cheat sheet.
Seriously, just think of the prompts on your card as a paint-by-numbers guide. It's a 4-step answer, all laid out for you. Step 1, answer that first prompt directly. Step 2, give your reason, the why. Step 3, explain your plan, the what or how. And Step 4, tackle that final why or why not question. You literally don't have to invent anything. Just follow the steps. It's that easy.
Okay, let's make this concrete. Let's use a real example. Like, talk about your dream job. So imagine you get this card. First, you just answer it directly. My dream job is to be a stock analyst. Boom, done. Next, the why. Because I've always found finance really interesting. Then, the how. To get there, I'm going to study really hard and take a finance course in university. See, you're just following the prompts. And then, finally, you hit that last prompt, which is usually a bigger, broader idea connected to jobs.
And check this out. Here's a perfect example of how to nail that final part. This answer here, it doesn't just stick to the personal dream job. It expands out to this bigger idea, right? It says teenagers should be selective. This is so smart because it shows the examiner you can think beyond just yourself. You're connecting your personal idea to a bigger picture. And that, my friends, is where you score the big points. All right, let's move on to Part 3, mastering the discussion. This part is all about expanding your ideas effectively. So in Part 2, it was about following a structure. Now in Part 3, you're in a conversation with your partner. The main skill here is shifting from just following steps to really expanding on your ideas in a natural way. So you'll usually get something that looks like this, a mind map with a bunch of points around one central question. In this case, why do teenagers commit crime? Now here's a super important tip. Your goal is not to talk about every single one of these points. Don't even try. The best thing you can do is pick one, just one, and explain it really, really well. And this is exactly how you do it. You go from a single point to a full idea. You see peer pressure on the map, right? Okay, you pick that. You start with something simple like, in my opinion, peer pressure is a huge factor. Then you just explain what you mean. You talk about how friends can influence you, and if they have bad habits, you might pick them up too. And just like that, you've turned 2 words into a solid, well-explained point. That's it. That's the magic trick for Part 3. Okay, deep breath. Let's talk about tackling HOTS questions. This is the key to showing off your higher order thinking. I know. This is the part that can feel a bit scary, right? The HOTS question usually pops up at the end of Part 3. But please, don't worry. We have a super simple formula for this too. Honestly, think of it as your golden opportunity to really shine and impress the examiner.
So first things first, what even is a HOTS question? It sounds all complicated and academic, but trust me, it's pretty straightforward once you know what you're looking for.
Basically, a HOTS question isn't asking you to just repeat facts. It's pushing you to go deeper. It wants you to analyze something or evaluate it, or even suggest a solution. It's the difference between a what question and a why or how question. It's asking for your opinion, your reasoning. It's about going beyond the simple ideas you just discussed. And now for your secret weapon. This is your 3-step formula for any HOTS question. You ready? Step 1, state your opinion or your main point. Just say what you think. Step 2, give a reason or an example to back it up. And Step 3, suggest a solution or an action. That's it. Opinion, example, solution. Say it with me. Opinion, example, solution. It's that simple.
Let's put this formula into action. Here's a classic HOTS question. What can parents and communities do to help reduce crime among teenagers? See, it's asking you for solutions. That's a huge clue. It's a HOTS question.
Now let's see how a great answer fits perfectly into our three-step method. Okay, step 1, the opinion. I believe parents and communities both have a role to play. Simple. Step 2, the example. For instance, parents can give more companionship and love. Great example. And finally, step 3, the solution. And communities could organize activities like a family day to help strengthen those family bonds. See how that works? It's so logical, so organized. It just sounds impressive because it is impressive.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground. So let's pull all of this together into your official game plan for success. Think of this as your personal summary, your cheat sheet to take with you on exam day.
So, here it is, your SPM speaking game plan, boiled down. For part 2, use that 4-step blueprint right on the card. For part 3, just pick one point and explain it fully. Don't overdo it. And for any HOTS question, you've got the magic 3-step formula. Opinion, example, solution. That's it. It's simple, it's structured, and it is so effective.
Look, you now have the blueprint for a fantastic performance. Remember, this isn't about being perfect. It's about having a plan. And now you do. So the only real question left is, which one of these strategies are you going to practice first?